Good afternoon, the world at noon. In Nigeria, All Progressives Campaign Committee promises to work assiduously for the re-election of the incumbent governor in Osun. Ethiopian president accused rebels of new massacre in Oromia. US police arrest suspects aftermath of the Independence Parade in Illinois. Drought emergency declared in northern Italy. In Nigeria, the leadership of Osun governorship election of All Progressives Campaign Committee, Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Kano State Governor Mr. Abdullahi Ganduje said that the party is working assiduously for the re-election of the governor Adegboyega Otola in the forthcoming gubernatorial election in sustaining developmental transformations and overall well-being of the citizenry. The national leadership of the party gave the indication in Okoko during the campaign tour of Governor Adegboyega Otola to the area. Governor's office correspondent Sonia Onoride has more of the story.
In complaint of the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, as well as the Kano State Governor, Alhaji Abdullahi Ganduje, the campaign train of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola drove into Okuku, the headquarters of Oduotin local government area of the state of Osun, to solicit support for his re-election in the forthcoming gubernatorial election. As a mark of respect for the traditional institution, the first port of call for the governor and his entourage was the palace of Olokuku. Governor Oyetola, who was ushered into the ancient town amid fanfare and jubilation by party supporters, maintained after receiving the symbolic royal blessing that if re-elected in the forthcoming gubernatorial election, he is poised towards ensuring policies and programs that would make life more meaningful for the citizenry across the state. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Kano State Governor Alhaji Abdullahi Ganduje, as well as the National Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, Senator Iyola Omishore, said that Governor Oyetola has made the party proud in terms of his outstanding performance, adding that it is befitting for the state in sustaining good governance as well as projecting Yoruba presidency in person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu onto a national stage. Olokuku of Okuku, Oba Samuel Abioye Oyebode, as well as other traditional rulers and chiefs in the area who commended Governor Adegboyega Oyetola for a yeoman job noticeable across the state, stressing that residents in the area are sincerely committed towards the re-election of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola in the forthcoming gubernatorial election.
Adegboyega Oyetola tinú wa là ń fi ṣe tí wọ́n nítorí pé ọmọ ti wà ní tí a bá tẹ̀ tó yí ọmọ ti wá a lè sọ pé ní ọmọ ti mọ́ máa tọ̀ wọlé ìwọ lọ́kọ̀ àgbà.
Addressing teaming members of the All Progressive Congress at Okuku Town Square, Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, the Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Kano State Governor Alhaji Abdullahi Ganduje, as well as the National Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, Senator Iyola Omishore, urged the residents of Osun to sustain the tempo of accelerated economic developments and infrastructural transformations being witnessed across the state under the leadership of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola.
I'm happy to have them around to support me in my bid to ask for the election. They have been wonderful brothers. Apart from being APC governors, they're my brothers. You recall that Sanwo-Olu is my very, very good brother. Dr. Ganduje was my chairman for the first time. And he has told me that this one is going to be conclusive. So I'm happy to see them around. It gives me the courage.
We felt there's a need for us to come and support him. We believe this is proper, right and fit. And to also feel, you know, the mood of the state. And we've seen it, like you said. You know, we've been inside the rain, we've been out of the rain, we've gone on a journey. And everywhere we've been to, you've seen tremendous troop out of crowd. right? From traditional rulers to religious leaders, even to trade unions.
From what I have seen with this large crowd, I think it's a matter of time there will be an overwhelming victory for this coming election, because the people of Osun State have now decided to vote again Boyega Oyetola for the second time. That is why they call it 4+4. So we are here to support you, we are here to encourage you, you are here to create an enabling environment so that he becomes governor again for the next 4 years.
The governors are the chairman and the co-chairman of the campaign council. It shows unity of purpose. It shows our seriousness of taking the state. It shows that we are committed to this state. And we are committed to it. So that shows that our winning streak is certain on the 6th of July.
The state chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Prince Boyega Famodun, the Director General of Oyetola's Campaign Council, Senator Ajibola Bashir, as well as Engineer Adeniran Ibitoye, implore residents in the area to ensure the victory of Governor Oyetola in the forthcoming gubernatorial poll in transforming the profile of the state. From the Governor's Service, Sanya Onorinde reporting.
The President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mr. Felix Tshisekedi, is due to meet his Rwandan counterpart Kagame for talks in the Angolan capital Luanda this week to try to resolve the crisis in eastern DR Congo. The Angolan President's office said the talks will take place tomorrow. It also records that there has been a resurgence of rebel activity and heightened tensions between DR Congo and Rwanda. Information has it that Kinshasa accuses Rwanda of supporting M23 rebels, while Kigali, according to report, also accuses the Congolese government of shelling its territory. A fresh round of attacks against ethnic minorities in western Ethiopia has left many villagers dead. Report has it that it is the second of such attack in 2 weeks, according to witness Uchonosmen, that farming villages inhabited by members of the Amra community were targeted. Ethiopian Prime Minister Mr. Abiy Ahmed has called the incident massacre and vowed to eliminate the armed group, the Oromo Liberation Army, that he blamed for the violence. The group has not responded to the accusations. According to an eyewitness account, men, women, children, and the elderly were killed indiscriminately. This is the World at Noon, coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Ilawiye Okebalo Shobu, Voice of the West. Now, our mid-news message. All is what doing well. Do what is expected of you diligently. Has declared the state of emergency in 5 northern regions surrounding the Po River amid the worst drought in 70 years. The 5 regions, namely Emilia-Romagna, Friuli-Venezia, Giulia, Lombardy, Piedmont, and Veneto, will be given 36.5 million euros in emergency funds to tackle the water shortage. According to the Agricultural Union, the drought threatens more than 30% of Italy's agricultural produce. Several municipalities have already announced water rationing. US police have arrested the suspects after 6 people were killed in a mass shooting at an Independence Day parade in Highland Park, Illinois. Police said the 22-year-old Mr. Robert Cremo was detained after a brief case. Report says the gunman climbed onto a roof, shooting randomly at spectators using a air-powered rifle. Information has it that it is the latest mass shooting to hit the US, hence there has been one in every week of 2022. US President Mr. Joe Biden said he was shocked by the violence. And here again are the highlights of the world at noon. Leadership of Osun governorship election of All Progressives Campaign Committee, Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Kano State Governor Mr. Abdullahi Ganduje said that the party is working assiduously for the re-election of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola in the forthcoming gubernatorial election in sustaining developmental transformations and overall well-being of the citizenry. A fresh round of attacks against ethnic minorities in western Ethiopia has left many villagers dead. Reporters say that it is the second of such attack in a little over 2 weeks. Have arrested the suspects after 6 people were killed in a mass shooting at an Independence Day parade in Island Park, Linus. Italy has declared a state of emergency in 5 northern regions surrounding the Po River amid the worst drought in 70 years. And that was the World at Noon, edited by Olushola Egbodofo. In today's news talk, our core member serving in OSBC Radio News Department, Omalade Olanipekun, revisits the issue of vote buying and its consequences in the country's end democracy.
It's a widespread phenomenon. It is usually viewed as a purely economic exchange in which the voter sells his or her vote to the highest bidder. In a nutshell, it is voting against one's conscience, aftermath of an inducement. It started in Nigerian democracy a few years ago and was later given a face of Duboko Sebe, which literally means vote for us and be able to have enough money to prepare your favorite dish. Unfortunately, vote buying became a norm because of the selfish state of the government and an exploitation from the candidate towards getting to position of power. One will be promoted to ask, does it have any advantage? No. It is so sad that it is a phenomenon that has come to stay within Nigerian politics as it is being extended to other states of the Federation during elections. The truth is that most Nigerians do not really hate corruption. They only hate the fact that they are not benefiting from it, which makes them to be on the same level with the electorate. It has been long people have been talking about the wickedness of leaders and rulers in this country, while concerned citizens, celebrities, and many social agitators had lamented and are still lamenting about the state of the nation due to bad leadership. However, it is important to take a break in talking about the leaders and focus on the lead or followers as well, while trying to find a lasting solution to this practice that has been counterproductive to the development of the nation's hard-earned democracy. It is widely believed that the nation's leaders are greedy, selfish, and wicked, but it is noteworthy that they may not be the most wicked in this regard, where the electorate played the role of accomplices. We are of the opinion that the electorate also contribute, because money is the only factor that magnet their thumb or index towards ballot paper, even as some electorate do not have any candidate on mind until they get to the polling units, which they see as a business center, inquiring which party or candidate is sharing the biggest money before they can vote. As a matter of fact, the only people they respect and consider as potential leaders are the rich. This kind of electorate do not pay attention to some brilliant and truthful politicians in the society just because they are not really financially buoyant. This selfish attitude has made them to keep voting for same set of people in a circle despite their lack of performance. Newstalk implores the masses to get their PVCs and stop saying their vote does not count. They should note that if they refuse to get the PVCs, they are considered to be million times wicked than the set of people earlier mentioned. It should also be noted that any voter who is part of such practice should stop wasting his or her time praying to God about the situation of the country unless they are ready to ask for forgiveness and make things right. It is even written in the Bible that the prayer of the righteous availeth much. Over the years, people have been complaining about bad leadership, and up to this moment, people are still complaining about the wickedness of the leaders. Prayers in church and mosque, rallies, protests, and strikes have become their regular activities, yet to no avail. Things are not even the same, but instead it gets worse. This is the major reason why the Nigerian electorate need to come to a realization that as followers, subjects, and citizens, they are more wicked than the leaders. If they refuse to say no to vote buying, Newstalk appeals to the masses to work on themselves if they truly want a better Nigeria, and should again have it in mind that vote buying is an aspect of corruption that is affecting the spectrum of the society, whereby people are ready to do anything that could put money in their pockets. Mathematical calculation of 10,000 naira endorsement from a governor that intend to spend 4 years in office indicated that voters' conscience are being brought with average of 0 naira. Will electorate who sold his franchise have the audacity to demand from government social amenities, infrastructures, or even seek employment from such a government? Or will a politician who sold his house or his belongings to vote buying not make profit from his investment? Will a government who use public funds to buy votes be answerable to the electorate? And no response to these posters portends danger to the nation's hard-earned democracy vis-a-vis the government and the governed. No says, let's call ourselves.
Daniel Stock revisited the vote buying phenomenon as the 2022 governorship election in Osun State draws near. In it, the writer Omolade Olanipekun, a core member serving in the Department of News and Current Affairs OSBC Radio, urged voters to resist the temptation of financial inducement and allow the will of the people to prevail in the interest of all. For more about us, can visit www.osbcng.org. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.
On Osun Radio.